So recall is a really important skill for dogs to learn and understand. It can literally save their life, but it's also one of the most difficult skills to master. So there's lots of different ways that we can teach recall. We're going to go through a couple today. The first things to remember is number one, always make it super duper positive when your dog comes back to you. Number two, make sure that you're not recalling them away from something fun, then putting them on the lead and leaving the situation. So a lot of people don't think about the life punishments and rewards. The most rewarding thing you can do when your dog comes back to you is let it go and do the thing that they wanted to do in the first place. The third one is not to go too far too fast. So a lot of people do a recall in their house, maybe they call their dog for dinner and then they let their dog off at the park and wonder why they didn't come back. So you need to do lots and lots and lots of repetitions, gradually extending the difficulty level for your dog, but making sure your dog can succeed every single time. So things like long leads, like tracking leads, can be really helpful to make sure your dog can't just run away and self-reinforce by chasing a wallaby or something like that. So set them up for success, practice. Think about life, rewards and punishments, and always reward them when they do come back to you. Have fun. So the first exercise that we're going to go through today is an extension on the automatic eye contact stage 5. So that was the one that we threw the treat away and then ran in the opposite direction. So what we're going to do now is add in that recall cue. Our dog already has the behavior, we're just having to call it something. So for me, I use my dog's name, Lola, and she pays some attention to me. And then I would use the word come as the cue to I want you to come back to me. So at the beginning, we're adding it in when the dog is already halfway back. So the chances that they'll come back to you are close to 100%. We're going to give that a few goes and then move on to the next step. Step is adding the recall cue just as your dog has eaten that treat. So as soon as they've eaten it, you call them back to you, mark and reward when they catch up. Let's give it a go. A word about adding distractions. So there are a lot of real life distractions going on, like right now there's birds, there's people, there's other dogs, there's lots of poop on the ground, lots of interesting smells, but you can add your own distractions simply by doing things like putting your dog's empty food bowl down or a Kong. You can put a lead down, you can put a treat bag down. Gradually making them more interesting so your dog has to run past them in order to come back to you. So it might be that between here and Lola, I could put something down. Good girl. I could put something down just to make it a little bit more difficult and gradually build up that level for her. Have fun. Ollie, come.